Welcome to the channel. This is Coach Charles on Kick on Sports. Now, breaking news. Breaking news. Marcus Rashford to Barcelona is a done deal. Here we go. According to Fabrizio Romano, according to Sky Sports, and many other channels are talking about Rashford to Barcelona is a here we go. You know, because this is a player that has wanted to play for Barcelona. He's really been pushing for a move to Barcelona. Here he's even lowered his wages so that Barcelona can afford him. So basically Manchester United are letting him go on loan with an option to buy. That is the clause that is most important. And I think they have also included a clause that is similar to the one that Sancho had at Chelsea. So it is an obligation. This guy have to buy him. If they don't buy him, they'll have to pay Manchester United some fee. So the details will come as things are panned by. But as we stand, Rashford to Barcelona is a here we go. And we are happy for the player. Personally, I'm happy. Kick on Sports is happy for Rashford because he's a through and through Manchester United player. But he is not in the past few seasons been playing right for Manchester United. So I am happy for him. I'm happy for him to go. Now, if you're new to this channel, click on the subscribe button. Smash it, basically, so that we can also grow this channel. Click on the subscribe button. Support Kick on Sports. Now, to the main issue. The game that we played against Leeds United. What was that? It is early days. It is a first preseason game. I really don't want to come out as very, very mad or very sad or very critical about the team. But what I can point out is that that game was not well played. More so in the first half. And remember, we had most of our senior players, I think, started that game. We had Bruno there. We had Casemiro. You know, in defense, we had a group of very, very solid defenders that normally are fast players, basically. Mazrui, we had Delete, you know, Luke Shaw. The only kids who played that game was basically the new signing, Diego Leon, and Collier, and probably Chido Obi. But the rest were international players who've been playing in the Premier League for a while. But the performance was really bad. So whatever we saw in the first half, or whatever we saw in this game against Leeds, was basically the same old Manchester United. Nothing new about it. Nothing, you know. I was expecting a situation whereby we will see a group of players who really understands the system, who really have mastered how Ruben Amorim wants to play. Because these are our senior players. These are the guys who are going to play the first game against Arsenal, remember. But there was nothing. It was basically carbon copy of last season, how we played last season. No penetration, passes just at the back, you know. Defenders just passing amongst themselves, back to the goalkeeper, back to midfield, then back to defense. It was basically back passes and square passes. Nothing really penetrative, because Chido had nothing to do up front. In fact, I saw Ahmad very late when they decided to swap him with Collier, so that Collier can play at the wing back and Ahmad moves to the right 10, you know. That is the time I saw Ahmad and I was like, okay, Ahmad was in this game, you know. That is the craziest thing that you can talk about, because Ahmad is one of our most explosive player that really gives results, gives attack, you know. He's always the point man up there that picks the ball and runs at defenders. But there was nothing. There was nothing like that, basically. So we saw the same United. So that is the first thing we saw. Another thing that really came out in this game is that, you know, second half was better, but it was only better because Leeds had done most of their substitutions. Because for 70-75 minutes, Leeds were really comfortable. In fact, the second half, they had our man of the match, that is Heaton at the goal. He was our man of the match because he saved some really good goal scoring chance for Leeds. He was able to thwart Leeds from scoring the goals. So basically, there was nothing in this game, you know. So, man, it's like There's nothing happening, you know. Anyway, the bright side of this game was Cunha. In the first half, he was very bright. You know, he under some free kicks. You know, he will pick the ball and just run at defenders. He will try and make that move. Something that we expect of Cunha. Every other time when he picked the ball, he was very positive. So that is a very, very, very good thing that we saw. But other than that, even Pedro Leon, I think this game came too early for him. He was a bit tired. He was a bit no, he did well. He did well considering that he's just joined United 2 weeks ago from Paraguay, where the league I don't think has the same intensity as the one in the UK. But still, this kid is a future. Let's give him an opportunity. But he did his part. Then Chido Obi could have let the ball roll to Cunha, but he didn't. But hey, what do you expect from a number 9? That is exactly what we expect him to do. Be mean, be greedy. You know, he took a shot, he missed the goal by a few inches, but Cunha had the best positioning for that particular ball. Anyway, that happened. So first half was boring. I don't remember anything. Was there even shots on goal? In fact, that game can really pass you by if you're not keen. The second half was better, but United still has a lot of work to do. You know, Dorgu was bright, very bright. He had a lot of chances. Even his goal-bound ball was blocked by Hodgland. There was a header that Hodgland also had, hit the woodwork. Maino also hit the woodwork. Then there was a Heaven. So a lot of missed opportunities, a few missed opportunities. At least there were shots on goal in the second half. But basically, this is a game that Leeds were very comfortable. For 70 minutes, these guys just enjoyed themselves. So the question is, where do we go from here? Because the tour just began. The American leg is here. The team flies to the USA on Tuesday, I think. So we are hoping that United goes to the US and plays better. Because we are playing Everton, there's West Ham, there's Bournemouth. I think the last game is against Fiorentina. Oh, that will be a good send-off for David De Gea. If at all he will still be in Fiorentina. That is the very last pre-season for Manchester United at Old Trafford. So, Kick on Sports saw nothing. We saw very little, but we expect more. With the signing of Mbeumo, I think that will be good for us. And with Rashford freeing some money, I think United should be able to get an attacker, somebody up front. And we need another midfielder who can slot in and keep the ball. Just manage to keep the ball. So, if you're new to the channel, click on the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching. Those subscribers we have, we also thank you as Kick on Sports. That is the only way we are growing, and we are growing every day. Our aim is to get to 1,000 subscribers before the league starts, and it is growing. See you in a bit. Cheers.